That sound is working.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, so I just wanted to, we'll start back from the top. So this is our final Friday for May 2026, and we had a couple big releases this time. We had 1.0, very exciting, and 1.1 as well. Today we'll be mostly talking about the 1.1 features, the new features that came out just yesterday. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and get started. So let me transition over here. And so the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the mobile application. We've had that available for a while, but it's in final form now. You can go to the dashboard screen, and you can choose between the iOS and the Android QR codes. You can scan those. Takes you directly to the store, and you can download and install from there. We have ticketing, we have client and contact search. We have documents on tickets. You can take pictures of broken equipment or anything that you want and attach it to your tickets. Real-time notifications, same notifications that you get in the application, you will get through your phone as well. So yeah, it's really handy. Comes in really, it's really handy. It comes in for you whenever you need it. It works on the iPad too. Really nice interface on the iPad. So give it a shot. Give us a review. It helps. And after that, we have reports. And so this is the beginning of our analytics for AlgaPSA. We identified the most important reports to start with from feedback from our users. And most of these reports are around tracking team performance and utilization. There's some operational reporting as well for email channel health, just to make sure that when emails arrive, how long does it take for them to be processed and turned into tickets. So this is just the start, but we'll be expanding this significantly in the versions that are to come. Next, the last time we did a Final Friday, we had a question from someone that we missed, and we ended before we could answer that. Probably wouldn't have had time for it anyway, but we wanted to do a workflow overview as part of what we're showing today. So let's go ahead and do that. Real quickly, I'll just show you what workflows are about and what the screens are. So the workflow system is a way for you to automate business processes. You can take actions that you can perform in Alga, and you can make them happen automatically in response to things that happen inside or outside of Alga. So let me first show you around, and then I'll show you that editor that I was just kind of teasing you with. So the first thing that you can see is we have this view of the workflow runs. It's a history of all the executions we've done. It gives you everything that you need to see kind of operationally that your workflows are running at a glance here. We also have a catalog of events. So you can come here and you can see all of the different events in the application that you could create a workflow in response to. So it's rather comprehensive. So I'll just kind of like spot check some of these. You could run invoice finalized workflows. Maybe there's an approval process that you want to hook up to invoice finalization. Workflows when invoices are created. There's the obvious ones. You can run workflows when tickets are created, or when comments are added to tickets. But really, your imagination is the only limit. And after that, we have a few other things that aren't quite as important. Dead letter, if you have created a workflow that keeps failing rather than running forever and just failing forever, you can configure it so that after a certain number of retries, it gives up and it comes here, and you get a chance to fix it. Then we have this running kind of timeline of events that happen in the system, and the corresponding workflows that were run. in response to those. And then also really cool, we have scheduled reports. So I mentioned that you can run workflows in response to some event that happens in Alga. You can also run workflows on a scheduled basis or on a recurring basis. So or at some point in the future. So say 5 hours from when the workflow is created, or every Monday at 5 p.m. or however you want to schedule them. And then to create the workflow, you come into here to the workflow editor, get a list of your workflows. They're all versioned, so you can kind of work on workflows. And only when you have tested them and they work the way that you expect, then you can publish them, and those become what's run in response to the events. We've got a graphical designer where you can drag and drop onto the designer to build the workflow. So I think we can start by showing an example. So let's see. Yeah, this is the one we just created. The purpose of this workflow is when a ticket arrives, we want to show all of the admin users in the system a notification, real-time notification, to let them know that a ticket arrived. It's a really simple workflow. It's something that we're just showing for example purposes, but you could imagine that maybe whenever a particular client sends in a ticket, or if the ticket contains certain keywords, or if it's flagged as important in some way, then including with AI, which I'll talk about in a second, but if it's flagged as important in some way, then you could receive a notification. That notification also comes to your phone if you have the mobile app installed. So you can see how this could be pretty handy. So let's just go over this from the top. So create a new workflow. The trigger type here is event. Like I mentioned before, you can create workflows that are triggered by a particular event, or they can be triggered based on a schedule. So that's the no trigger. You can trigger based on a schedule. And then there's the event category and the event itself. Choosing the event here is important because then the things that are special about that event are available in the workflow. So for example, in a ticket created event, in the workflow you have access to the ticket ID, so you can look it up, and you don't have to, those are things that are relevant to that workflow. So because a ticket is created, the first thing that we did on this workflow is we find the ticket. So we receive the ID, we want to look up the tickets to get all the ticket details. So when I select that, you have this properties panel on the right hand side. It takes some getting used to. This is really a powerful system, so there's some complexity to it, but we've tried to make it similar to other products that you probably are used to working on. We'll drop some names, Zapier, N8N. It's very similar to those systems that you may have worked on in the past. But excuse me. So the first thing that we did is we dragged onto here a ticket action. So here's the kind of the panel of all the different action types that we have. So dragged on a ticket action, then you choose the actual action you want to take in response, or for tickets, and in this case we chose find a ticket. You can also create tickets, close tickets, assign tickets, add comments. Try to make you would want on day one in a system like this. So the ticket find action requires ticket ID, and what we did is we select a reference. So the reference means I'm not just going to give you a ticket ID because I don't know it yet. So it has to be in reference to something else. It's a reference to the payload, which is the payload of the event when the event arrived. This is what we received with the event, and then the field on that event. So ticket ID is something that you get when a ticket is created. So therefore you can just specify it. You can just refer to it. So that finds the ticket. Now, once you found the ticket details become part of the workflow. And so what do we want to do? We want to send a notification to all of the admin users to let them know that a ticket has arrived. So in this case, we have a communication action. And under communication, going back to the top, under communication, we chose send in-app notification. So you do that, you can send an email from here. And so for send app notification, the requirements are the recipients. So a recipient can be either a list of users or it can be a role. So I mentioned that we wanted to send directly to roles. So that's not in reference to anything, it's fixed. So we put a fixed value in and we just typed in admin. So kind of going over this from the top, tickets created. The first thing we do is we find the ticket. And then once we find the ticket, we have the ticket details, and then we send an in-app notification to all of the admins in the system. So demo time. Here, let me switch back so that it's more drama. All right. So please create the ticket.
It's there.
All right. That wasn't a whole lot of drama, but we'll go back here. I think in this one yes. Okay, so we received a ticket, printer not working. So yes.
Of course, it's always printer.
95% of the time that's what. In fact, we could probably just hard code that. And it would mostly be right. But anyway, that's the ticket arrival. You can go much further than this. So you can rather than saying that, I'll just show you. So one of the really interesting things that really excites me about this is you kind of put a brain in the middle of the workflow. And if you click on it, then you can specify prompts. So you could say, right, so we found the ticket, and when we found the ticket, we sent an in-app notification. You can imagine here for the AI, you could have it read the contents of the description of the ticket, and the prompt would be, is this urgent? Yes or no. The response would be urgent, true or false. And then you can imagine you might take two different paths for urgent versus non-urgent tickets that arrived. If they're not urgent, maybe you have them follow the existing path. If they are urgent, you have a lot of options. You could create notifications, you could send emails, you could do SLA, you take actions via the SLA.
You can assign them to different agents.
Mm-hmm. Or another example is, a lot of MSPs have their kind of, their network guy, the guy who handles the firewalls and the complex network tasks. You could imagine that if a ticket comes in and, you could do a couple ways. You could just, search for network as a string, but that's going to have a lot of false positives. Or you can have an AI that says, is this a ticket that's specifically related to network security or network topology or network design? And if so, assign it to this particular user or this particular team. Kind of the sky's the limit. But so that's the workflow system. Really powerful. We're really proud of it. Next, I want to show you a couple things that we've done on the ticketing system in 1.1 and prior. This is the ticket that Natalia just created in order to send us a notification. If I scroll down here, and if everything aligns just right for us, we may not be able to do this portion of the demo because I have network connectivity issues on my machine. So sad, but you'll have to try it yourself. Log into AlgaPSA, and then create comments. Have another one of your users create comments, and you'll see that they arrive here in real time. And Let me see if mine arrived for you. No, I have network connectivity issues on this machine, sadly. Oh well. When I sent mine, yours arrived. Let's see if I can send a little emoji here to No. Oh well, too bad. We have endless fun with this, but also potentially good for business use cases too. But if you have meetings and you have a lot of participants on a particular ticket, it's nice to see the activity in real time as it's arriving. And then also we have these emojis. I think we've added them since the last time we had.
No, we've had them.
We had the emojis last time. They're real time now. So if someone is putting emojis on your ticket, they tend to do that during our stand-up meetings. Heckle us via emojis while we're all trying to give stand-up meeting details for the ticket that we use for that purpose. And now Natalia also showed something else which is new, which is the threaded comment replies. You can see that you can actually respond to a particular comment on a ticket. And the nice thing is that also works for email replies too. So if there's a notification that's sent out at for a particular comment that was added and a response arrives for that comment, that response goes in the correct location in the threading list. So that's a lot of kind of nice communications stuff that we've added to the ticketing system. Also, kind of related, we have an audit list now, an audit tracking for tickets. So all of the salient things that happen on a ticket show in the audit with filtering. This is super important, one of our long time requests. Also, if you haven't noticed yet, we also have email notification logs. So if you wonder if your customers are receiving email notifications for your tickets, this is a way for you to find out whether or not that's happening. All right. Oh, also, another one of my favorites. If you select multiple entries now, we give you this nice bar across the bottom, this action bar, where you can take various actions in response to, for that collection of tickets that you just selected. So you can assign, you can bundle them, you can move them, you can delete them in bulk, set the priority, set the tag, set the due date. We're moving this UI across our entire application. So anywhere that you can take bulk actions, they'll show like this. The user experience is just pretty great. And you can shift and click across multiples, and you can, unselect them. Really great for bulk actions. Also, kind of a little quality of life thing. You don't have to select the exact pixel location of the checkbox anymore. So that really makes life a lot easier. And you may have noticed as well that we've increased the density. We've always had this spacious versus compact, but compact was never as compact as a lot of people wanted. So we've made everything significantly more compact, for lack of a better term, and just a lot more information is visible on the screen at once. We found that's, we give you kind of have, you can do it your way, but if you're really a fan of the very, very compact displays, we got you covered now. All right. We're moving on to webhooks. We are muscling through. All right, so webhooks are a way for applications to talk to each other. So when something happens in Alga, you might want to send a notification over to another product that you have. Could be something that there's no official integration for it yet, but it can receive webhooks. So we support those as well. They're under security and webhooks, and we have outbound webhooks and we have inbound webhooks. I'll show you the outbound ones first. So we have all of these different events that you can configure. So maybe you have a system that understands Alga webhooks, or something that you've written yourself, or something that you've had Cloud Code write for you. You can select all of the different events that you want, give it a name, give it a URL, give it some other information and some fields that you want presented, and then whenever those events happen in Alga, we'll send that notification for you to that location. Also, inbound webhooks. So if you have another system that does not have an official integration yet with Alga, and it supports sending webhooks, you can send those webhooks to us. You can send them, I'll show you in a second. You can send them to us, and in here, you can actually parse the contents of the webhook, and you can extract out fields, and using those fields, you can perform a lot of different actions. So the example is that you have a monitoring platform supports sending alerts. The alerts come over to us as, say, JSON, and you want to create a ticket in response to those. You can use this system to extract the details from that JSON, and in this case, automatically create a ticket. All right, that's adding a comment to the ticket, but there's a lot of different actions here. So you can create a ticket. Here are your required optional fields, and these can either be static values, or you can use JSON expressions to pull that data out of the payload. One of the easy ways, just a tip for you, one of the easy ways to do that is just take the notification details, give it to Claude, and say, what's the expression for the title? And it will tell you, and you can plug it right in here. So, yeah, good stuff. Anything else for webhooks?
Yes, you can not just perform direct actions, but you can plug them into webhooks and make them trigger a webhook.
Okay. So trigger, that's the outbound, right?
Inbound.
So give me an
You
example.
select
How's that work?
handler type, and you send
Oh,
this payload directly to the workflow.
Yes. I said I was going to say that, and I didn't. But one of the things that you can do in response to the webhook, the inbound webhook that comes to us, you can trigger a workflow. So you select the workflow that you want to execute, and then these fields here become part of the payload for the workflow, and then you can really do anything that you want. So a lot of the integrations that we have, you could create them yourselves just using the workflow system. And most platforms support some sort of notifications, whether it's email, which you can then parse either with AI or with regex or with JSON, or these notifications that are webhooks could go directly into this inbound webhook system, which could then trigger a workflow, and then you have the full power of the workflow system to do whatever you want. Create clients, notify in real time users in the system, send emails, create tickets, sky's the limit. Next, printing. So there's a lot of different places in the system where you're like, hey, wouldn't it just be nice to be able to print here? So we heard you. You can print now. So that actually handles a lot of reports, just allowing people to have full full filtering here and just be able to print that out. One of my favorite places to use the print is the user activities. Did we show all the updates to the user activities in our last live stream? I don't think we did.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, so you can create groups here. User activities, if you haven't used it before, this is where you can go and at a glance see everything that's assigned to you as yourself. So assign tickets, projects that you are assigned to a task on, everything in the system, workflow tasks, schedule items on your calendar, they all show here. And I like everything to be in Alga. I mean, everyone here does. We do our product management through Alga, tickets for bugs, bug reports. They come in from the Discord. We put them in to Alga, and I'll go and maybe once a week or so I'll come and I'll create groups, high importance, medium, low, and I'll drag things into here, and then I'll actually work from this list. And it's more of an organized way for me to prioritize the work that I'm working on. And of course, I'm one of those weird people that likes to work from paper, so I print out the list and I use a pen, scratched off the list as I'm working on it, and then I update Alga, of course. So lots and lots of places that we've added printing to. Oh, search. So how many printer tickets do we have? Not too bad, only 5. So this is a comprehensive text search. You can search for the contents of comments on tickets, descriptions, document contents.
In-app documents.
In-app document contents, not PDFs right now. Contacts, right? Contacts and company names, client names, asset descriptions. Really comprehensive search, all in one spot. Also good for the AI. AI is a topic for another day, but if you have a comprehensive AI system and it can do a search across the entire platform, and if it has, say, the ability to go and do deep research, then it's going to be able to find relevant documents and read through them before it gives you the response for the questions that you're asking. And I left till the end one of my favorite new features. If you follow me on social media, I haven't stopped talking about this for 2 solid days. But if you hit the magic key, F, we give you keyboard shortcuts that you can use to select anything that is selectable in Alga. So I don't know. I want to open this password reset right here, and just type FGG, and that's it. And then once I'm in here, I want to change the category. FSZ, and then the category will pop up. Change the board, F. Board is SP, and that will pop up. So it's dynamic. So depending on how many things that you have on your screen, the number of combinations will be more or less. But it's really, really super handy. We also have a quick. How does that? Do we remember? Oh, question mark. That's how we remember.
Yes.
I wish I had planned that. So all of the additional keyboard shortcuts that we have, very easy to pull up here, using the question mark, and then you can go through here. A lot of these are what you would expect. So kind of Command or Control S for saving. The letter N for new records. Let's see here. Not right now. Yeah, so that's really great. I showed someone this, and he's like, "Oh, I can become an Excel warrior." I'm not sure if that was good or not, but yeah, it's kind of addictive once you get access to it. You can really move fast and be efficient.
Even navigate with them, like go to tickets, go to projects. It's like, no, without them, just GT will be go to tickets.
Oh, yeah, even faster. So, oh, I see it now. So, okay, here, this is actually new to me too.
But
So,
you are
so if
hiding it. It's right behind your face.
oh, I don't even know why my face is here. It's not even necessary. Let's see if I can move it. Okay. I go back. So if you hit G, you have all of these fast navigation options for different places you can go. Yeah, super cool. All right. I think that's all we have for today. Do we have any questions from the Discord or from YouTube?
I don't see any.
All right. This was a lot of fun. What do we have in store for this next month? I think some of the things that we're working on right now are Hoodoo integration, integration with Level I/O. We have a lot of integrations coming up for the next couple releases, and yeah, just a lot of great stuff. So we will do this again next month on the final Friday of the month. And thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.